the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Moments away, it'll be the Sacramento Kings going up against the Denver Nuggets at Pepsi Center. Well, for Denver, a win tonight would make it 3 victories in their first 4 games of the season. That would be a nice little run to start the year. And tonight, we'll watch De'Aaron Fox. Tremendous speed and quickness, even when compared to other point guards, Shaq.
You know, the point guard position in the NBA is stronger than it's ever been. Irons sharpens irons, so I think it'll be special.
Yes, he's speed, and speed does kill. He's a competitor on both ends of the floor. I love this guy.
And with the game just about ready to begin, time to send it to Kevin Harlan with the call.
The Nuggets have a Western Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend home court. Welcome to the Pepsi Center in Denver. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. The Kings would love to finish off this road trip on a good note. And folks, Buddy Hield will not be in the lineup, out with an injury.
Yeah, Kevin, no more uncertainty about the seriousness of the injury. Well, we only got a preliminary diagnosis after he came out of that previous game, but now they sound sure about it, and hopefully we see him back on the court in less than a month.
Well, that's great news, especially for those of us who happened to watch what happened to him. I mean, it was shocking, and you could sense definitely his frustration with the injury.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, thanks very much. Now, after the Nuggets added Nikola Jokic to the starting lineup, they finished the 16-17 season as the best offensive team in basketball. Now, last year we saw some regression, but this is still a young team that's learning how to play together and trying to climb the ladder of a very competitive Western Conference. Kevin?
A team on the rise, DA. We'll see. One of the interesting storylines of this young season, Brent Barry, the surprising early development of a couple rookies in the league.
Early development of rookies is a great thing for a young team because all of a sudden somebody's taken the reins. And I think coaches always appreciate when a rookie comes in, he does the work in the offseason, all that work starts to pay off. But now rookies tend to start looking towards somebody else, or the team starts looking towards that young player as somebody who may be able to handle and carry the weight of the franchise for a little while.
So Sacramento will get the first possession. Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. Down low, it's Bagley and Cauley Stein. McLemore is out there with Fox, and it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 spot.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher. And so it's the Kings getting on the board first. Jokic a screen. Here's Harris. Cauley Stein grabs the board. So for the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to the Golden State Warriors. Here's Bagley. Good work defensively by Millsap. And Bogdanovich picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. Murray with it. Back to Millsap. Harris outside. It's stolen by McLemore. Here's Fox. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The question mark for De'Aaron Fox coming into the league was his jump shot, Brent, and his lone season at Kentucky, 21% from the three-point line. That climbed over 30% as a pro.
Well, hopefully he just has progression as a shooter in the league, and that'll be a major impact on just how far De'Aaron Fox's career goes, and if maybe one time in the Western Conference he'll participate in the All-Star game.
And the first one drops.
Well, the quickness of De'Aaron Fox really is incredible. I got a chance to see John Wall early in his career, and it was the speed that we talked about, but speed can kill. And if De'Aaron Fox can control it, he'll be fantastic at creating opportunities for himself and his teammates.
Fox hits them both.
De'Aaron Fox, another hyper-athletic point guard out of Kentucky. Great size at 6'4". He can impact the game at both ends.
Here's Murray. Sacramento grabs the miss.
Now, those are the kind of shots you like him taking. Even though he missed it, the offense will take those.
Cauley-Stein with a screen on Murray. Ball's knocked loose, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Fox. And De'Aaron Fox made his mark at Kentucky with his terrific on-ball defense. He puts a lot of pressure on you.
Yeah, I mean, he picks up 94 feet, and that's really how you set the bar for your team, with how hard you compete at the defensive end.
Now, here's Millsap. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic.
The contact's certainly there, but Millsap just too big and too strong on those type of plays.
So for Sacramento, their last game, a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Back to Cauley-Stein. It's tipped and stolen by Harris. Porter in the corner. Drills it from outside. Porter's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Just continuing to develop an overall game that was evident coming into the league. Gary Harris getting better at spotting the open man.
Now here's Bagley. 20 points for him last game against Oklahoma City.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
Shots good by McLemore.
Oh, a little punch, counter punch action. Neither side flinching here.
Yeah, both sides trying to keep up with one another, but doing it from distance.
Here's Millsap. He's coming off a 13-point game against Golden State.
His defensive mindset tonight was huge. He was a real pest coming up with all those steals and had great activity.
Kings have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Fox dishes to Cauley-Stein. In the corner, it's McLemore. Now here's Cauley-Stein. 11 points for him in that last game against Oklahoma City. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
And Gary Harris, a 6'4" shooting guard out of Michigan State. On paper, you might call him undersized, but with his strength and toughness, he's got it covered.
The Kings shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
That free throw, no good. And if you're making a list of the best young shooting guards in the league, Greg, I got to think that Gary Harris is on that list.
Absolutely. A two-way player, defends his tail off, and offensively, he can score at all 3 levels.
And he's good on the second.
And I really love Fox's game. He's got a ton of room to grow, but boy, does he play with intensity.
Murray kicks to Harris. Here's Porter. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Ready by Bogdanovich. McLemore with the ball, picked up by Harris. Fox passes to Bagley. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Offense clicking early here, 3 for 4 to start this one.
Murray outside. Millsap sets the pick for Murray. He can't get that one to fall.
Not a lot of defense there. You can't afford to let guys shoot freely from the mid-range. You're not going to miss those all that often.
McLemore dishes to Bogdanovich. Bagley with a wide open look. They get it back. Cauley-Stein passes to Bagley. And it's sent back by Millsap.
As soon as the shot was released, Millsap gets off the floor quickly and blocks it.
For the Sacramento Kings, their last game a loss to Oklahoma City. Murray kicks to Harris. Fox against Murray. With the fadeaway. That one a little long. Sacramento leading by 3. Fox dishes to Cauley-Stein. Sacramento moving it around. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Bogdanovich has got his first 3 points of the game.
Trying to improve every year, that's the goal of anyone in the NBA. Bogdanovich has great fundamentals to be able to do that.
Now here's Murray. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Passes it to Jokic. To the inside. Shot clock at 5. Millsap kicks to Jokic. Murray for 3. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
Well, if Murray can do that and become a threat from the three-point line, look out.
Fox against Murray. Bagley sets a screen for Fox. Over to the left wing. Wide open look here for Cauley-Stein. His 3-pointers off the mark. The Nuggets trail by 3. Murray kicks to Jokic. Again, the Nuggets score.
That's a pretty smooth release for a 6'10" center on the perimeter.
Sacramento's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. There's the screen. Fox passes to Bagley. No good that time. And the Nuggets going the other way.
Right now he's just out of sync. A lot of shots rimming out, and he's got to try to find something different.
Porter, no luck. For Sacramento, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Down low and stolen by Murray. Harris inside, guarded by McLemore. Outside Millsap. Pass to Murray. Shot clock at 6. Here's Harris. And the shot no good, a bit short. The Kings leading. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. Nice D from Porter. Nuggets have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip.
Well, the Kings entering their second full campaign here without DeMarcus Cousins. Did they get equal value in that trade that they made? Probably not. But they have the flexibility, and they've added to this roster with some young talent, and see if they can make some combinations here work to escape the mediocrity that they're in.
Murray kicks to Jokic. And stolen by Bogdanovich. Here's Fox. In the corner, it's McLemore. Buries it from 3-point range. McLemore's got 8.
More and more improved floor awareness for De'Aaron Fox.
And the Kings talked about a culture change as they parted ways with Cousins. Brent, do you see it that way?
Well, DeMarcus Cousins was learning and growing. And the interesting thing you go back to is his relationship with Denver Nuggets coach now, Mike Malone. It seemed like they were on a good path, and then a lot of other things happened around this basketball team. So just trying to clear the air, trying to make things fresh and new. They have the new arena. I think that's helping them along. But now it's incumbent on the front office to deliver with this clean slate they have in front of them.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Randolph up top. He's guarded by Plumlee. Back to Randolph. And it'll be Sacramento as it goes out of bounds. The Kings retain possession.
Looking now at the numbers for Will Barton. He had a strong showing last season. Averaged about 15 points a game. 5 rebounds and 4 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
Here's Leiden. He's coming off a 10-point game against Golden State. It's Bielitsa, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Brent, do you think individual defense is getting easier to measure with player tracking and advanced stats?
I don't. I think it's impossible for you to find some legitimate measurement of how much a player is truly impacting the game defensively. I think there's great indicators of combinations of players that are on the floor at the same time, that are working collectively and doing something to shut down another team's best offensive unit. But individually, it's so hard to just put a number on what a guy is doing in terms of his total impact defensively.
So the eye test is not out of style.
I don't think so. I think we're getting better at the defensive metrics that are being used, Kevin, and I think that clearly we can see with some of the best wing defenders in the league, a Robertson, a Covington, that they're able to control their man, a Kawhi Leonard. They're able to impact the game defensively, but how are we quantifying that? We need to get better with it.
And they've clearly been the aggressors here early on, drawing fouls and working themselves to the line.
And Plumlee kicks to Thomas. Drills it from outside. Thomas got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
One thing about Plumlee, he possesses good passing skills from the low post and when facing up.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Now here's Thomas. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
Ball movement was critical in this game. It did not stick with any one player, so his passing was on point, and he really picked apart the defense.
Here's Farrell. He's guarded by Thomas. Shumpert passes to Randolph. Back to Shumpert. 5 to shoot. Nice shot by Randolph. Randolph's got his first 2 points.
Always has had such a nice, soft, deft touch. Randolph feels like he can score at will right now.
Always going up for the alley-oop here. Back to Labissiere, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Barton against Shumpert. Wiles with the screen. Back to Thomas. 6 on the shot clock. Launches it. Rebound by Bielitsa. Sacramento leading by 3. Here's Farrell. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Free throw line jump shot. Labissiere kicks to Randolph. Farrell passes to Randolph. Now Labissiere. Second shot opportunity. It's hauled in by Lyles. It's tipped, and so the ball's out of bounds. Shumpert touched it last. And now here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second chance points in the NBA. The Nuggets third.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
Here's Leiden. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Barton passes to Lyles. And the dunk by Lyles.
Well, Barton had a good feel about what was happening defensively, and his teammate was wide open.
Here's Farrell. He's guarded by Thomas. Labissiere, the screen. Farrell kicks to Bielitsa. Good on the three-point shot. Bielitsa's got 5.
And that's good stuff from him. Nice touch.
Thomas passes to Plumlee. And Labissiere sends it back.
Well, the reach of Labissiere making impact right there on defense. Dependable with the shot blocking.
And that one's good. Shumpert. 40 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Thomas, no luck.
And they've come out with a take no prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Offensive rebound. Labissiere laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And it's an 8-point Kings lead.
Yeah, good timing there from Scal. Good at out hustling the defenders to get on the glass.
Outside Thomas. Barton right side. He kicks it to Plumlee. From deep, Thomas. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's the Sacramento Kings holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They've done a lot of great work from long range. We come back right after this. Nikola Jokic, a former second-round pick, turned star in the league, talks about what the game means to him.
Basketball, like passion, love. Like that is the thing I play. Like when I know 4, 6, 7 years old, I don't know. Like basketball is always in my life. That like I think it's passion. I think it's passion.
In basketball, Greg, a big deal in Jokic's native land of Serbia.
And I love his creativity. There's an artistry and a freedom in how he plays the game.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And looking at what we've seen from Sacramento so far, guys, what do you think?
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
And if you're rotating like that, it's got to be a great line of communication between all 5 guys. You see that reflected on the scores, all that trust showing up with the lead.
On the court for the Kings as the second quarter gets underway. They've got Zach Randolph, Skal Labissiere out there with Bielitsa. Then there's Iman Shumpert, and it's Farrell in at the point. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, Paul Millsap is an all-star forward whose dedication to the game is reflected in his year-to-year improvement. He said, the drive to the gym is where I find my peace, getting my mind prepared. I come with the mindset of getting better. It's gotten me this far. Kevin?
He is a true professional. David, thank you.
Just a little lackluster so far with his effort. He's been very limited due to his poor shooting.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
As Shumpert surveying the floor and finding the open man, so a nice swing pass on that possession.
Last season, not a great one for Shumpert. Missed time due to injury and saw his minutes drop.
Shumpert, a combo guard, has trouble with a defined role on a team. Not really a great shooter, was known as a great defender. Injuries have taken a little bit of that away. He's got to plug back into that mentality and try to be a little bit more of an efficient offensive threat.
Now here's Barton. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Drops in the tray.
Well, that pick and roll play is making things so much easier for Barton. Great choice reading and reacting.
Here's Farrell. He's guarded by Thomas. Randolph is screened. Farrell kicks to Labissiere. It's Bielitsa. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. The Nuggets trail by 9. Shumpert with the steal. Outside Randolph. Here's Labissiere. Here's Farrell. It's tipped. Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Thomas passes to Lyles. Back to Thomas. Another 3 for Denver.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Sacramento leading by 8. Farrell kicks to Shumpert. Here's Randolph, and it's sent back by Plumlee.
Showing good shot blocking skills at times. Plumlee gets all of that one.
Finished off the break. That's now 8 points for Isaiah Thomas.
And made possible by a heads-up play defensively at the other end.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for the Nuggets.
They are shooting the lights out from beyond on really limited attempts. So you have to think they ought to feed those hot hands on the perimeter and see if they can keep this thing going.
Lyles with the screen. From deep, Thomas, another 3 for Denver.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Sacramento's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Plumlee against Randolph. Over Plumlee. Outside jumper. Just 5 on the clock. The Elitsa misses. Here's the Nuggets with the ball. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Thomas kicks to Lyles. There's the pick. Back to Thomas. Lets it fly. Again, the Nuggets score.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
So the Kings call timeout, their first. And you look at the all-around game of Trey Lyles. Brent, effective and efficient.
Had a great stretch last year with the Denver Nuggets. A good shooter and a good rebounder. Not quite sure about what position that he plays, but still adding some strength and a solid contributor. He could have an extended 10 or 12-year career if he finds the right fit.
A platoon swap here for Sacramento. Kings have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Fox against Murray. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the content. It's going to go on De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential left in the tank for Jamal Murray. He's able to play both guard spots, but it's that sweet jump shot that has his teammates and the coaching staff salivating about where his ceiling is.
Two shots.
That one is off. When it comes to veteran players, Brent, on a team, what characteristics make for a good leader for a bunch of young guys under him?
We talk a lot about veteran guys on teams, Kevin, and I think one of the most important aspects to think about is that those veterans have a lot more impact if they're still part of playing minutes for a coaching staff. At some point, 4 or 5 months into a season, when an older player is telling you how to do something and only get a chance to see it during practice or him pointing it out on film when you're playing, doesn't have as much of an impact.
Doesn't resonate
right.
as much.
When a guy gets 15 minutes a night and you get to see him do those things as a young player from the bench and say, wow, everything he told me on my list, he's checked all those boxes. So having a vet that plays, much more impactful.
Good point. For Denver, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Pulls up on the elbow. No good off the front iron. Sacramento's gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. A nice shot by Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic has got his second bucket of the night.
Well, Bogdanovic, we saw a little bit of this during the All-Star weekend. He can play with a little bit of flair, and you know he's confident when he starts to show those signs.
And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
And Michael Porter, he has the natural attributes of an elite scorer.
He's got incredibly deep range. You can see that all the way back in high school. Almost automatic for mid-range, and as he adds strength, he'll become a force inside as well.
Jokic has checked in for the Nuggets.
One shot.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
Really crushing the glass last season were the Nuggets, 7th overall in the league in rebounding and 2nd in offensive rebounds, which created a lot of second chance opportunities.
Now here's Fox. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
And Murray showing it all here, an exceptional player attacking while he's in the open floor.
And talking about the Nuggets, they've been a good rebounding team now for a while.
Yeah, top 10 in the league over the past 7 seasons. Not a lot of people talk about their rebounding prowess, but the boards are one of those sneaky places where they can get possession and control the game a bit.
Count that one.
Yeah, the reach a factor there for Cauley-Stein. I'd love to see him hit the boards a little bit more often.
Murray, the pass to Harris. Here's Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Murray against Fox. Outside, Bogdanovich. Back to Fox. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Murray against Fox. Murray kicks to Jokic. Over Cauley-Stein. They grab their own miss. Millsap, and they convert it last on attempt number 3.
Yeah, Millsap a little bit gritty there. Good to see him go in and hit the glass.
There's a good screen. Pass to McLemore. Over Harris. And that one hits back iron. Denver leading by 3. Porter in the corner. Back to Harris. Porter with the screen for Harris. And it's Denver scoring again.
Crafty scorer in these situations. You give Harris a screen, he's going to reward you for a good one.
Fox passes to Cauley-Stein. To the wing on the left. Bagley kicks to Fox. To the wing on the left. Shoots from the baseline. Bagley, no good. Denver's gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. And Paul Millsap, the bucket on the assist by Porter. And it's a 7-point Nugget lead.
Yeah, nobody's really altering the shot there for Millsap. Good job of focus.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Fox. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
On the wing, Harris. Jokic passes to Harris. Over McLemore, and Denver again with the bucket.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Cauley-Stein a screen. Fox against Murray. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Another shot. Here's Cauley-Stein. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on Jokic.
I just think he was completely focused there of making his way through contact to score the ball.
Cauley-Stein, the 6th overall pick back in 2015. Brent, how do you evaluate his progress as an NBA player?
Well, I think it's been a tough situation in Sacramento with so much changeover in personnel, a coaching change as well. And he's still pretty raw offensively. He was drafted out of Kentucky as a defensive player, and that's so far where mostly his impact has been felt.
And sometimes Fox just can't be contained. I mean, he plays with so much heart and passion and terrific at scoring even when he gets bodied up.
He's made 3 of his 4 free throw attempts in the game.
And he hit 72% of his foul shots a season ago, but I'm not sure he's real thrilled with those numbers.
Free throw off from Fox.
Well, the Kings are certainly in full rebuild mode, adding to this roster with a bunch of young talent. Last season, the bottom 3 team in both offense and defense, and a bottom 4 in rebounding. So plenty of room to make strides this year.
Here's McLemore. Gary Harris making his last shot. And Bogdanovich kicks to McLemore. Back to Bogdanovich. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. No good. Good defense by Jokic. And the Kings looking to develop their young players. Coach Yeager with a deep rotation.
Well, last season it was interesting. If you look at the minutes totals, there was no player that played more than 28 minutes a game. So a multitude of players getting tons of opportunities. And they added some veterans in the locker room to try to help those guys along and provide some mentorship.
Here's Harris. Marvin Bagley picking up that last basket. Murray for three. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. The Kings trailing. And it's Bagley in the corner. Fox kicks to McLemore. They set the screen. Cauley Stein passes to Fox. Porter with the steal. 1:24 left here in the second. And that one's good. Millsap.
He's been on his A game, seeking good shots, and he's a huge reason why tonight they're winning.
Fox passes to Cauley Stein. Fox kicks to McLemore. Over Murray. And it's Denver with the rebound. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Yeah, and some of that loss was due to a lack of hustle, especially on the defensive end.
And there are games where an opponent gets aggressive. You got to raise your level of play. They failed to do that in this one.
And the game Bagley has reminds me a little bit of Chris Bosh, a sweet lefty who plays with force and passion.
The Kings have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8. And he knocks down the first one.
You know, when Marvin Bagley entered the league, there were some questions as to which position would he play, but the versatility he brings is special. He can guard a number of positions, score inside and out, and he is a tremendous rebounder.
And the Kings making a change here. Zach Randolph's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Bielitsa comes in for Bogan Bogdanovich. Shumpert is checked in for McLemore. And Farrell subbed in for Fox. Inside. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, just a good job here in the second. Pounding it inside, getting good looks right at the basket. Big reason why they're in front.
The Nuggets have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Sacramento making a switch here. Lavissiere's checked in. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
For Sacramento, they have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. And he makes the first. Both shots good from the stripe. 36 seconds left now here in the second. Outside Thomas. Barton sets a screen for Thomas. From the arc. And Shumpert pulls it down. The Kings trail by 4. At the elbow, Labissiere. And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
And such a good sign here for Labissiere to stick with the shot, stay on balance. Just needs to add a little bit more strength.
And the free throw, no good.
At 6'11" and about 225 pounds, the Bissiere is a long guy, someone who uses that size to his advantage.
Jokic a screen. Swiped away. Isaiah Thomas, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Denver. What a quarter that saw them generate a great comeback effort and are now out in front with momentum behind them. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Dave Joerger. Coach, what is going to be the focus offensively going into the second half?
Well, we try to go inside. You know, that's our strength anyways. And for us, you know, our bread is buttered inside, so we try to play high-low. And then if the threes come out of that, great, but we want to try to get everything to the rim.
Coach, it all starts with that entry pass to the big, and then everybody plays off of him. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. It was a shaky first quarter for Denver. They wasted no time putting themselves in a difficult situation, having some issues at both ends of the floor and falling behind by 8 points by the time the period came to a close. They got on a more positive track in the second quarter, coming together offensively and getting enough stops to come from behind and grab a 2-point lead at the half. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nuggets' first half?
Well, they were consistent from downtown. The playmakers found open shooters, and the shooters delivered and knocked down shots on a high level. In some ways, it came down to confidence. We'll see if they have that same swagger in the second half.
Shaq, how do you think Sacramento played?
They were undisciplined, turning it over way too much. Poor ball handling, lazy passing. These guys have had to be counting their lucky stars that this game has not gotten away from them.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Nice game. Great performance by Isaiah Thomas.
And so far, he's giving them great production from deep. They've been able to kind of spread the floor because of it.
Well, his shooting has fueled the offense, and we'll see if they can get him the ball to see if he can keep it going in the second half.
The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Denver's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. Murray and Harris, the guards. Inside, it's the talented pair of Millsap and Jokic. And it's Porter in at the small forward. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half.
Well, Cauley-Stein positioned himself early and then found the reward there as he collected the ball and threw it through.
Cauley-Stein's gone 3 of 5 shooting from the floor. Harris setting the pick for Murray. Lets it go from deep. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard. They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
They set the pick. Harris kicks to Porter. Takes a 3. And Harris gets it to go on the assist by Porter. 9 points for Gary Harris.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
The Kings trailing. Dave Joerger in his 3rd season with the Kings. Before that, 9 seasons, Brent, in Memphis, with 3 of those being the Grizzlies head coach.
Yeah, an interesting end to his time in Memphis as things just kind of went awry between him and management. But the personnel decisions is what it came down to. And he has a fresh start in Sacramento with a very young, very energetic team that needs some direction. Maybe Dave Joerger, the guy to get the job done.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Over Cauley-Stein.
More experience means you have a better understanding of who you're defending. And Cauley-Stein uses his length to bother the shooter that time.
Now here's McLemore. Following the miss by Paul Millsap. That shot wide open. Fox has got 10 points in the game.
Yeah, couldn't have asked for a better start to the second half, minus that one miss. 3 of 4 now from the field right now in the second half.
Harris a screen. Murray kicks to Harris. Harris missing again.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
Here's the screen. Shot clock at 6. Here's McLemore. Here's Bagley. Outside Bogdanovich. Back to Cauley Stein. Puts up a 3. Another 3 for Sacramento.
How about that touch, Bogdanovich? That time from way out.
The Nuggets trail by 5. And there's the pass to Jokic. Puts one up from 19. Count that bucket. 6 points for him.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, the league has unveiled a 5-point plan to improve player-referee relations. Things became heated last season with a lot of star players ejected for arguing with officials. The emphasis on respect and clear standards of conduct on both sides can only help. Kevin?
Very good point, David. Completely agree. Thanks. Plumlee is checked in for Nikola Jokic. Porter with the steal. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. And it's good. 2 points. And it's now only a 1-point Sacramento lead. Third quarter of basketball here and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. McLemore, the pass to Bagley. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Guarded by Porter and stolen by Harris. Down low. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
And how about the strength from the big fella? Porter is used to having to power through contact.
And great with Michael Porter, combining the length, athleticism, and scoring ability. He's a rare prospect.
I mean, in high school, he was the #1 prospect on a lot of people's lists. Had the back injury in his only year of college, but everyone knew what he could do when given the chance.
Interesting, Kevin. I got drafted by the Nuggets, never played there. And they drafted me 15th overall back in the 1995 draft and then shipped me out. I would have been a much better skier, by the way.
Now, here's Bagley. He's got 8, and it's Fox with the jam.
De'Aaron Fox having one of those nights where he's feeling it.
Denver's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Harris passes to Murray. A baseline J, and too long on the shot. And Brent, I'm thinking back to that trade. The Nuggets were moving up to select Antonio McDyess.
Yeah, McDyess went #2 overall and obviously went on to have a pretty stellar career. And Rodney Rogers and I went to Los Angeles, where I got a lot of early minutes in my rookie campaign. So interesting trade on draft night.
Nuggets on D. It's stolen by Harris. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ben McLemore. That's his first foul. Now Murray. 8 points for him. Millsap dishes to Harris. Kicks it to Murray. Porter a screen on Fox. Shot clock at 6. Millsap sets the pick for Murray.
Able to guard multiple positions, Bagley's athleticism and speed helps a ton on this end.
Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 6 assists in the game. The Nuggets trail. And here is Murray. Plumlee laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Plumlee's got his first basket.
Well, when you see a teammate over-rotate, you just swing it around, the perimeter's wide open.
And McLemore kicks to Bagley. Coley Stein a screen. Here's the lob to the hoop and finished off by Bagley.
Yeah, great timing there. Bagley gets off the ground so quickly, gives the defense no chance to react.
And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. And the Kings pushing it up now. Deflects the pass. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. And let's see what Denver has coming up on Thursday. They'll start out on the road and play the Lakers in Los Angeles. And then on Monday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And for the matchup with the Bulls, on paper, you'd expect them to come away with the win, but this might be one of those trap games where they let it get away from them if they aren't focused.
Now here's Murray. He's got 8. Passes it to Porter. Plumlee with the screen. Harris inside the line. Sacramento grabs the miss. Bagley's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
The offensive rebound. Fox kicks to Coley Stein. Here's Bogdanovich. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Harris. The Nuggets with another miss.
That's like milk on a hot day, just a bad decision. Absolutely no reason for him to be taking those shots.
McLemore, the pass to Coley Stein. Back to McLemore. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Good on the triple. 15 points for De'Aaron Fox. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Without question, De'Aaron Fox displaying his skills today.
Yeah, I know the defense has 5 guys, but collectively they're no match for this guy. He is roasting them.
And now let's take a look at the stats for Thomas, how he performed last season. Averaged about 15 points a game last season, 4 assists and 2 rebounds. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
His instincts naturally are to score the basketball. That ability to find the creases in the defense is something you just don't teach, and it's awesome.
From outside, off the mark.
Man, that's a clean shot, too. You got to sink those. He must be disappointed that he blew that chance.
Here's Labissiere. And it's Denver with the rebound. Thomas with the ball. 13 points in the game. Snatched up. Here's Leiden. Nice work on the board. It's paying off with the basket. Leiden's got 5 now.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Here's Farrell. He's guarded by Thomas. And it'll be Sacramento as it goes out of bounds. The Kings retain possession. Here's Shumpert. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Shumpert, an important piece to this basketball team. He comes in, he does a lot of things well, and accepts the defensive responsibility that is placed on him.
First trip to the line for him here.
Two shots.
And that one misses.
And in a win-or-go-home scenario last year, the Nuggets lost their final regular season game. They missed out in the playoffs for the 5th season in a row. I don't see that happening this year. I think they'll be there.
Good on the second free throw. And talking about the Nuggets, despite how last year ended, this is a young team on the rise for sure.
Yeah, there are a number of guys that took significant strides last year, and they're certainly an exciting team to watch. The Nuggets may hit their peak just as other teams in the West may be coming down.
6 on the shot clock. Down low. Miles kicks to Barton. Off target with his 3.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
Oh, great ball movement there.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Miles with the screen. Count that 1, and the Kings lead has been cut down to 4 on the bucket from Barton.
Smart play there from Barton to establish himself on the inside to convert.
Farrell kicks to Labissiere. Outside jumper. Pass to Randolph. Labissiere, the screen. Randolph can't hit. The Nuggets shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And the Kings not just rebuilding the roster, Brett, but also the franchise's reputation.
Well, agents and executives in the past year have been a little frustrated with the fickle leadership coming from the Sacramento Kings, and eventually those perceptions matter.
And the first one drops.
Now you wonder how much of the Kings' scoring struggles are really self-inflicted. Either guys sped up on possessions or trying to make too much happen on their own. Last season, the league's 3rd best shooting percentage from long range, but they were bottom 3 in terms of their 3-point attempts.
Here's Farrell. Dishes it to Labissiere. It's Bielitsa. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
Biden passes to Jokic. Misses from close range. And the Kings last season playing the league's slowest pace. Brent, does that surprise you given their youth and athleticism?
Well, it does if I look at their draft pick in De'Aaron Fox, who might be one of the fastest players in the game. So maybe something that they address this year is trying to speed up play just a little bit. It's a no-brainer to get Fox out in the open court.
The score now all even. That's 7 points for Will Barton.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Here's Farrell. He's guarded by Thomas. Now here's Labissiere. He's got 8. Again, the miss by the Kings. For the lead. No good from Leiden. Sacramento's gotten the 3-ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. Labissiere kicks to Shumpert. And stolen by Thomas. And here we go. Thomas heading to the hoop. Finished off the break. Thomas got 15 points.
Really good job from Barton there to swing the ball over for the easy shot. Good vision on that play.
Sacramento's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes. Here's Randolph over Jokic. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. The Memphis Grizzlies, going into last season, retired Zach Randolph's number 50. Brent, talk about what he meant to that franchise and what it meant to him.
Well, he was just such a perfect fit for the idea of the grit and the grind and the mentality that the Memphis team had through the years with Dave Yeager as the coach and the kind of playoff success that they had. Perfect in the style, perfect in his personality, perfect in his professionalism. And there's a reason why number 50 hangs up in Memphis. Zach Randolph, a true pro.
That free throw, no good.
How about Zach still making an impact, that old school game, using that body, slowing it down, and still being effective.
And he's good on the second.
Zach Randolph, a paragon of consistency over his career. In his prime, a nightly 20 and 10 guy, and still producing.
Now here's Thomas. 15 points in the game. Some solid defense from Randolph.
Yeah, I think the defense made an impact on that play, making the shooter feel a bit uncomfortable on release.
Farrell, that's a two-pointer. The good-looking shot from the wing. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail-biter.
Here's Thomas. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Five to shoot. Poked away. Farrell for three. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. We'll return shortly. Mike Malone moments ago with some words for his players.
Waves of the shot, no hesitation, we're back. They're trying to come every time, all right? Set our defense up, make a play against our set D, all right? We just got to take care of it and defend without fouling, okay?
LGA, he's commanding his squad to be smarter on defense.
Gotta find a way to just stop the momentum, and I think it's going to start with strong defense.
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. And a look at the five for the Kings to start the fourth. Scal Labissiere out there with Zach Randolph. Then there's Iman Shumpert. And it's Farrell in at the point guard. And Yogi Ferrell, the undrafted Indiana product, went undrafted after staying all 4 years in Bloomington. But he has shown, Greg, to be a very strong player.
Yeah, and Farrell is the perfect example of why you give a 4-year player a chance. Knows how to make the most of his time on the floor. I think he could start for a team, maybe be the sixth man, lead the second unit, play off the guard. He is just such a versatile player.
Now, gentlemen, two shots. Roof shots.
The first free throw is good. And so he hits both. And here are the Nuggets now. Barton outside. Here's Leiden. Jokic a screen. And it's Leiden missing. Kings leading now by 3. Labissiere, the pass to Shumpert. Another shot, and it's laid in by Labissiere.
And Labissiere is a tireless worker on the boards, hitting them relentlessly and coming away with additional opportunities for his team.
Now, here's Thomas. Puts it up from 7. Here's Jokic. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And there's no quit when it comes to battling there until the final whistle. What a putback.
Well, great timing as well. Swiss watch kind of moments. Fourth quarter, close game. That could have been a 4-point swing.
Randolph against Jokic. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Deceptive reach from Jokic there, swatting that shot away, using those long arms.
Here's Leiden. A three-pointer is right on target. Leiden's got the game tied up here for the Nuggets.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Farrell kicks to Shumpert. Here's the screen. Here's Randolph. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
He might not elevate like some of the other guys on the court, but as we've learned, Randolph knows how to get the ball in the basket.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. The short rest, very important, and one of the benefits at this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade. Replenish your energy for the late game push. So both teams changing it up here. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch what Mike Malone said to his team. He got into him pretty hard. He said, we are being way too soft in there. We need some toughness, and I need some defense. No more easy baskets. Pretty strong words, guys.
Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line. It's going to be Jokic shooting. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
And Nikola Jokic came late to the game. He actually grew up horse racing. Finally started playing organized hoops at the age of 16. You never know it, though, one of the most skilled big men the league has to offer.
One shot, find the lane.
And that one misses. And Jokic, Greg, said he was a fat point guard until he got taller.
Well, even now, Kevin, Jokic, not the most chiseled physique, but the point guard background makes sense. His playmaking for a center is off the chart.
And Bogdan Bogdanovic, Greg, a highly decorated player internationally. Multiple silver medals with the Serbian national team, a EuroLeague champion back in 2017.
Yeah, I mean, he's a talented player, very skilled, and at 6'6" can play either guard spot. Great shooter. I think he's one to watch.
2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
You know, the Kings in 2016 in that draft swapping spots with the Suns, and they went from 8 to 13, and in exchange acquired the rights to Bogdan Bogdanovic. Sacramento might like to do a 2-over on that with the 13th pick, but Bogdanovic is certainly a keeper.
Both good from the line that time. Well, Bogdanovic, highly decorated in Europe, Brent. Won medals, a EuroLeague title, he did it all.
Yeah, over in Europe, known as one of the best players that was playing before coming over to the NBA. And last season, a 25-year-old rookie with some great presence, but he played a lot like a veteran.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Porter passes to Jokic, over Cauley-Stein, off the left rim and out.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. That's an excellent job.
Now, here's Fox. He kicks it to Bagley. Clock at 6. Cauley-Stein trying to free himself up. That shot off. The Nuggets have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Porter against Bogdanovic. Outside, Porter. Pass to Murray. From deep. And another miss by Denver.
Well, he made 1 3 in the first half, but he hasn't found a way to connect again from outside during the second.
Sacramento again missing. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. Here's Porter. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Porter's got it all tied up now for Denver.
A pure shooter who's also efficient. Porter nearly automatic from mid-range.
And McLemore kicks to Cauley-Stein. Back to McLemore. To the paint. Fox passes to Bagley. Bucket is good. And the Kings lead by 2.
Yeah, instinctively, too. Fox there looking to be a ball mover, a facilitator. And that's one reason why his team is playing well.
Now, here's Jokic. Murray outside. The pass to Jokic. 5 on the clock. Harris kicks to Jokic for 3. Murray. Sacramento grabs the miss. Bagley's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Cauley-Stein. That shot is off. Good defense by Jokic. Porter against Bogdanovic. To take the lead. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. 14 points for Michael Porter.
Just sensational form and touch on display from Porter. When he gets any room to shoot from deep, he's looking to fire.
Now here's Cauley-Stein. Back to McLemore. Cauley-Stein against Jokic. And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Porter against Bogdanovic. Rejected by Porter. Out of bounds. Sacramento will take possession. The Kings trailing. And the call will be against Harris. That's his 1st foul.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
And stolen by Harris.
Well, he was very reliable, keeping the ball in his hands during the first half. He's had a bad case of the butterfingers here in the second. You love to see the resolve from an offensive player after a disappointing first half. He's been terrific here in the second.
Here's McLemore. Michael Porter making his last shot. Rejected by Harris. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ben McLemore. That's foul number 2 for him. And it's the Nuggets ball. They're on a 14-6 run. On the wing, Porter. Passes it to Millsap. There's the pick. And Murray now top of the key. 6 to shoot. Jokic passes to Harris. Over McLemore. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Now it's a 5-point Nugget lead. Timeout called by the Kings.
Think about Gary Harris and just how well-rounded this shooting guard is. A sound defender, good shooter, great slasher and cutter. Provides some toughness, willing to do a lot of work. Sky the limit still here for Gary Harris.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Gary Harris.
And guys, his value has really come into play at the defensive end. So disruptive as a lockdown defender, forcing all those turnovers. Player of the game almost always goes to someone for their offense, but his D has been the big factor here tonight.
Now here's McLemore. Now Fox. And it's Bogdanovic in the corner. Inside. Cauley-Stein kicks to Bogdanovic. Again, the miss by the Kings. The list of intangibles for Harris really goes on and on.
Yeah, no doubt he checks a lot of boxes. High basketball IQ, can play with or without the ball. Super competitive and just seems to step up in the clutch moments. Doesn't hurt a coaching staff to have multiple options. A guy like Gary Harris coming through in the clutch.
And here is Murray. Porter, no luck.
Really surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds, given what the scoreboard says.
Murray outside. The fadeaway doesn't go for him. And Sacramento will go the other way with it.
And lots of credit for the team around him. They're picking up the slack here tonight. He just can't buy a bucket right now.
And I tell you what, when Bagley plays with energy, it is difficult trying to stop him. Awesome at just staying on the attack.
Now here's Murray. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. 11 points for Jamal Murray.
And they're just living beyond the arc here, really the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, not a bad time to be ripping the nets from distance, piling up some major points here.
Here's Cauley-Stein using his post move to get the 2 points.
Cauley-Stein aggressive inside, putting the defense on their heels and in a tough spot, staying engaged.
Murray against Fox. Here's Jokic. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
And the first one drops. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. The Nuggets leading by 5. Down low. Goes back up. And it's good on the way in.
Well, Jokic is big, Jokic is long, and he does a great job there of corralling that ball and taking advantage of his length.
McLemore, the pass to Bogdanovich. Kicks it to Fox. Pass to Bagley. Got a piece of it. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Off on the layup. The Kings trail by 7 to the right side. Here's Fox. And the 3 off target. Denver's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Harris with it. Now guarded by Bogdanovich. Sacramento's gone 0 of 3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
Bogdanovich showing how much he believes in himself right there.
Over to the left wing. Here's Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he? Fox, and it's sent back by Millsap.
And Millsap, for his size, a pretty good rim protector.
Cauley-Stein dishes to McLemore, and the call up against Jokic. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. First free throw is good. He hits both from the stripe.
The lead's not looking as comfortable after those free throws. Nice job.
The Nuggets leading by 5. Here's Murray. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein.
Don't want to be careless around Cauley-Stein. That's when he rises up and blocks shots away.
Millsap grabs the miss. Millsap's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. Here's Murray. There's a minute 40 left in the game. Jokic kicks to Porter. Out to Harris. Out to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Jokic with a screen on Fox. Here's Murray. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. The Kings trail by 5. Fox passes to Bagley. Sacramento moving it around. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Fox. .105 left to play here in the fourth. Shoots. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
I like that from Murray right there. When he's passing it like this, it can make him so much better and so much more open.
Out to the right wing. From deep, McLemore. They get it again. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, Bogdanovich gutsy with that one.
There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Murray kicks to Millsap. Back to Murray. Millsap sets the pick for Jokic. 11 feet away. No good off the back of the rim.
Time working against them here.
Got to grab a quick score and a foul, and even then it might be too late.
And so they foul intentionally. And so they foul intentionally. Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
And Murray has it all. A deadly shooter and a remarkable penetrator. Terrific guard play. And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws.
Timeout called by the Kings. They're behind by 7. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. What's your take, guys?
And just trying to salvage anything at this point, even if it's just some momentum heading into the next one.
Well, it's all about doing your best with the time that you've been given. It's the only thing really that you can control as a player. So let's see what they decide to run.
Thomas with the ball. So the Nuggets win it, probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Mason, your game has expanded some. And what has that process been like?
You know, you just learn something new every game. You have to study your opponent and see what's going to be open. But some of the constants have to be rebounding, defense, bringing energy in, and that's always going to get you a little bit.
Well, you had the whole package tonight, Mason. Thanks. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.